What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the Marston Family RC channel. We've got another video today with another broken truck. Here lies the Revo. Oofta. So yesterday, me and the boys were out in the front, as we do, bashing the trucks around in the street. Yes, I know, bashing the trucks around in the street, especially this high-powered truck, it's way harder on them. Unfortunately, that's really the only place we have to drive the trucks right now. We haven't had really good weather right now recently to go out and go anywhere. And the last weekend that we did have decent weather, I had to work all weekend. So hopefully this weekend should be nice. Maybe we can get out and go somewhere, assuming I can get this thing fixed. But today, all we're worried about is figuring out what I broke. I broke something in the driveline. I don't know if it's a gear in the motor, if it's a gear in the transmission. I don't know if maybe there's a drive shaft. I don't know. The differentials still spin. Like, you can pick the tire up. And, matter of fact, hang on. Let me get you propped up and we'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. So, the diff still spins. The front diff isn't locked up. But the whole thing will not spin. Clunk, clunk. So, we are going to figure out what all I broke and how much it's going to cost me to fix it. So, we'll start by flipping her over. And we're going to start pulling skid plates off. I think that's the best place to start. Pull all these skid plates off and see what the drive shafts look like. And we'll go from there. Alright, so we got the skid plate off. Well, skid plates. The main, the one for the front, the one for the rear. Just a whole bunch of screws and they just pop right off. So here we have the, I'm going to call it the transfer case. That's what it is in a four-wheel drive vehicle. Front and rear drive lines. Still, differentials are still, they're still there. So now we're going to pull the whole motor and transmission assembly out of it. So we're going to take these two grub screws loose. One for the rear drive shaft, one for the front drive shaft. And then these four screws right here. And the whole kit and caboodle should just pop right on out of there. At least that's the plan. We shall see. So let's see what happens when we pop those screws loose. Which one is it? Is it this one? Or is it the one already in this tool driver? One. Two. Alright, let's stop. Before I get too far ahead of myself. And disconnect these drive shafts. Pop this grub screw out. Slide him back. Pop the front one out. And one of the boys' phones is ringing. Okay, after that rude interruption, didn't know my 14-year-old was worried about his car insurance or his vehicle coverage lapsing, but you know how. All right. Take these last couple of screws out. You're going to be the difficult one, aren't you? All right, we'll just sit there then. And one more. Now, there you go. Told you you'd come out. Now we flip the whole rig back over. As the rest of the front drive shaft pops out, and there's our motor. So we're going to disconnect all of these motor wires. Come on. There we go. And put the whole thing out of the way. Well, that was fun. All right. Here we have our whole powertrain assembly. So I'm going to start by taking the motor itself off. What size is that big son of a gun? That's it right there. Take the actual motor off, inspect the pinion and spur gears. I'll have to take the gear cover off first, don't I? I never said I was good at this. First time for everything. We're all learning as we go. We're going to take this screw out. That is the gear cover. That screw. Stick that back in there for safekeeping. There's our set. That. There's our motor. So, here's our transmission. Transmission seems to be spinning freely. Okay. Well, YouTube, it seems that we may have a problem with the actual motor. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this for a minute. Good Lord, my tires are coming apart. Ain't that something? Stop driving on the street. Don't drive your RC cars on the asphalt. Bad form. So I'm going to go grab a transmitter and a couple of batteries and plug this motor back in and see what it does. Because we may have just fried the motor smooth out of this guy. I don't know how I did that. But, I mean, the transmission still spins freely. But this doesn't. Matter of fact, that feels like it's locked up. So, yep, I'm going to go get a transmission. So, I'm going to go get a couple of batteries and a radio. And we're going to plug this bad boy back in and see what it does. Off the truck, completely out of, without any tension on it, without any driveline pressure on it. And we'll go from there. Alright, so we're back. Got a couple of batteries hooked up. They're not in the compartment. I feel like that's a little unnecessary considering there's not even a driveline hooked up, so the truck's not going to go anywhere. We're going to hook these wires back up to the motor from the ESC. We're going to power the old girl up. Turn my transmitter on first. Power the old girl up. Oh, that's not healthy. Okay. Yeah, no, that's not good. We're gonna... Nope. Relax. Okay. So we have somehow ruined the motor in this truck. Yay for us. I say us. Y'all's fault too. Oh! Y'all are... What the hell? Quit falling out. don't even know what that was. Oh, hell. Figure it out. Anyway. So. We have a bad motor. What would cause that? I have not a clue. Ew, a little rusty in there. Don't judge me. Like I said, this thing was used. I don't know that it was taken the best care of before I got it. Really? 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 Sir. Sir. Come on, guy. Okay, well that was moderately entertaining. Except for the part where it wasn't. Alright, so I guess we're going to have to get a new motor for this thing. We'll see when that happens. I don't know. Maybe I'll get lucky and the local hobby shop will have one in stock, but I'm going to guess probably not. So I'll probably have to order one from Traxxas. And we'll see when that comes in. So thanks for watching this episode of the Marston Family RC channel, where we figure out that I just somehow grenaded the motor in this E-Revo 2.0. I don't even know how I did it. I don't look. It wasn't even like a big hit. Just watch. It wasn't even, so I don't know if it was from the hit, if it was from that last minute stab of the throttle when it tried to, I think it was that last minute as it was trying to go over, I hit it and it kicked itself over. Maybe that was it. I don't know. Because when I hit the button to self-right, it kind of skirted one time and then laid back down and wouldn't do anything. And then the kids flipped it over and it just wouldn't go. So I don't know. We shall see. So we'll get a new motor for it, get it put back together, and keep beating on it. It probably won't be ready to go out and beat on by the weekend, which sucks. And my Stampede is broken. Somehow the screw that holds the servo saver on backed out and fell out after I broke this yesterday. So I'm going to try to find a screw that I can stick in there and see if it's just the screw or if it broke out the threads from the steering gear, the servo gear set. My luck, it's probably the gears that are the actual servo gears that are broken, which sucks. But that's just how things go around here. So until then, we'll see what gets fixed first. This is the Stampede. Until then, thanks for watching. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for another video, and we'll see you guys down the road. And you thought we were done.